of the week again. Prepare yourself for the surveyors of sauce, the sultans of spaghetti, the whispers in your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Your Spaghetti Policy podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Jacob.
Like, let's say we did make a lot of money doing this, right?
Okay.
And I didn't tell you.
Mhm.
Like, obviously, I would tell you because I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah, naturally.
But if I didn't, would your assumption be, oh, like, he's probably, like, using it towards pod stuff, he's using it for whatever, like, you know, whatever. Or would you assume that I'm, like, using it for nefarious means?
Like if you didn't tell me and I found out,
Like,
it's like
if,
I
like,
mean,
if, like, this thing's been monetized and we've just been making money.
I just be like, oh no,
That
what?
was weird. I don't know. There was a weird noise. One of these articles, I'm sure, is probably playing
Yeah.
some bullshit.
I mean,
ad.
it wouldn't. I know people would probably be like, that's bad. You shouldn't let him get away with it. And I'd just be like, I mean, I didn't know about it. I just hopefully he's making some money from it. You know, he's he's got some cash in his pocket. Maybe he's putting it towards like the house payment or like car loans or something. I don't know. You know,
I feel like
I'm not confrontational.
well, yeah, okay, but let's say that there was some sort of revenue that was being made.
Mhm.
Do you think that it should be split 50-50?
I mean, 50-50 might be a bit harsh just because, like, I don't feel like I pull my as much weight. Like, I do think that, like, I bring something to the table, obviously. Like, people do tune in for half of me, you know? Like, so it's like, but 50-50 might be a little bit. I think
60-40?
you probably handle, like, the social media. I mean, not probably. You handle the social media side of it and stuff. So I'd say
There's not a lot of that, bro.
I'd say probably like 60-40, 65-35 kind of thing. Like, I mean, I'd be fine with it, you know?
60-40 split would be what, but like,
Low is
there's
probably
no
70-30. Like I wouldn't even be like upset about it. You'd be like 70-30. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but
okay.
like, you're my friend, and
Yeah.
again, I'm not a piece of shit. So
Mhm.
like, I would be like, hey, here's what it is. But much like we do with like the Patreon when we started it, and like what little it comes in, like it goes literally it goes into the pod to pay
Yeah,
for it.
we literally used it to pay for this Zoom call we're on currently. So
Yeah,
you know,
and with that comes freedom.
yeah, we're not beholden to like
To sponsors.
and like
We don't have to shell out stuff.
Yeah, dude, we wouldn't even care about making all that money because it's stupid, dude. We don't have to like tell you about products and stuff. Cut to an ad
Now-
break like a second later.
So here we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's episode 365.
We made it a full year.
It's a full year's worth. So I'm not going to look back on it because obviously it's a full year's worth of content, meaning that you could start on January 1st and then you would make it to this episode on January 1st.
You would have a full
If you listened
year.
a full year's worth. Obviously, we've been doing it for like 6 years. But it's kind of nuts, like 365. Like, there's not a lot of big milestones left. Obviously, 400 is going to be a big milestone if we make it that far.
And then
but like
500, and then 600, then 1,000. Crazy, dude.
I will not be doing it that long.
Like last podcast in life just hit 666 episodes. So it's like if they're not even to 1,000 episodes and they've been doing it for like 10 years. Sorry,
longer. They've been doing it longer than that.
Yeah, and then I don't know if that doesn't, that's like episodes proper because they do like a lot of side stuff now.
Yeah, it's
so
mainline stuff, but like kind of cool.
It's
but
insane,
then let's
man.
look back at it. It's like, okay, we've got a full calendar year's worth of episodes that if you listen to it every single day, that would be wild. That would be insane. But is it good or bad that we've never had sponsors?
I mean, hey man, you know, I would argue, probably a lot of people out there would probably argue like it's not good. I guess I honestly think.
Yeah, but who's to say?
I mean, I don't know how that works. Like in the actual like, so because we started when we started this podcast, right? We didn't start it thinking we were gonna go and go pitch it to people and like have people come on as sponsors and like that. Like we didn't. We were just literally like two dudes. We were best friends. and we were just like,
We weren't at that time.
no, you brought me on because you wanted to see like just how weird I get, you know, and like we did this
Again,
podcast, and like we were just doing it for funsies, you know, and we're
yeah.
still doing it for funsies, but it's like, so I don't know how any of that works. I don't know, like I know that you're supposed to reach out to companies because I think that was like something I discovered kind of like halfway through. That like people that get sponsorships, like sometimes the companies do reach out and like say, hey, you know, we listen to your thing or whatever, and like we think you know here's this product we're selling or whatever. But for the most part, I think that, like a lot of people just have to pitch like, hey, here's my stuff, you want to promote on here, you know, do it, you know.
Do you remember when I did do all that?
Yeah, we've done it a few times.
I reached out to several
Hmm.
companies, but I was very selective, and I was picking companies that I'm like I couldn't work. I don't want to say that. That's an absolute statement that someone can use against me at a later date.
Yeah.
But it's like I think that I am very prideful, and I'm too much into my own word, meaning that like if I sell you something or I tell you about something, like I'm not. Again, I've never been presented the opportunity where someone's like, "Here's $500,000 to talk about how great this product is," and it is a certified piece of shit. I've never been given that, so like
Yeah.
I don't know. But I when I was looking up companies that like would work with sponsorship on podcasts, I did reach out, um, and I got rejected on all of them, in the sense that like I got very few thanks but no thanks. Most people never responded back, and then I looked
Yeah.
into a little bit more into uh like what the parameters were
Hmm.
for like, and like there's a lot of red tape. One specifically that reached out to me, I'm not going to out them, but it was like you have to average like, it was like 8 to 10,000 downloads within the first 72 hours. You have to use this, you get a code, like a discount code, and it has to be, you have to average, it was something like 75% usage in a month's time. And it's like that's all great and well, but like you're putting the onus out of my control, which
Yeah.
is I don't like. I can't
Yeah.
make
That's
people
like
buy
a
this
real like
cereal
results based uh you know, like ad read where it's like I'm like they still get the ad time, right? They still get that slot, but then like you don't get paid because oh
because they're
you didn't meet enough people. You didn't enough people didn't use that code that we gave you, so like we're not gonna pay you at all actually.
well, I believe that like they paid you up front for a month's worth of ads that you had to use at a certain increment. It had to be 15 minutes into the show and at least 15 minutes before the show ended. Um, for like logistic reasons, so that people that weren't
Yeah.
skipping, the ad had to be it was a self-recorded ad that you did, so it had to be at least 5 minutes of the episode time. It was.
5 minutes for an ad read is crazy,
And
brother.
then like there was like bullet points
Brother.
that you have to hit about like your experience with the product and why you suggest the product, but make it sound not like an ad read. It was just like, I don't know if you know this, but I am not good at faking things,
Yeah.
and phoniness, and so like I just like, I just don't
I
know if I
mean,
could.
that's the thing about me too is that like I'm very similar in that vein where it's like, yes, I don't like confrontation, but when it comes to like and it's one of those things where obviously I don't have any sponsors to speak for, but and like I've never tried it before, but it's like I wouldn't feel comfortable and my anxiety would get the best of me if I was out here trying to promote somebody who just reached out like, "Hey, promote my product, here's $1,000," and it's like a shit product, dude. Because how many times have I been effed over by shitty products? Like be it
On
like
a daily, dude.
on a daily basis, and it's like I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, and so it's like I mean, what not speaking in absolutes, but somebody comes offer me a $500,000 check to promote, shit cereal, okay, like legitimately, like the brand's a shit cereal, and it's like just shit flakes or whatever. Like I'm sorry, man, I don't know if I could do it. I can't. It's hard to turn up that money, but at the same time, it's like,
Well, it's funny because this particular one that I'm talking about went from this novelty subscription only thing to like now I see it sold in Kroger. So like
Yeah, it's almost,
the
you know,
market has changed a lot, and it's like, oh, like again, like your entire pitch in the beginning was like healthy and good and real ingredients, and there was the
mhm.
novelty that you got this thing in the mail, you got this subscription box in the mail of this food, and like now it's just
Talk
on
about
this.
what's kind of shit the bed lately is like subscription services. Not a fan anymore, man. Not a fan
Dude.
anymore, dude. Like
um
it's just like after like the 17th or 30th that you signed up for, it's like, guys, I don't know if I have any money left each month, you know?
and we joked about like they were gonna subscription service us to death, but like somewhere along, and I again like uh, it is a mix. There's a lot of things that went into this cauldron of why a lot of people feel this way, but I've pulled back. We were talking about this like, just in private or whatever, but like I've just pulled back on a lot of things, like frivolous stuff. And it's like not even for me, it's not even about the saving of the money. It's just like I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's just certain things that like I got super jet, and like maybe I'm just in a rut at a certain time, and it's like I'm having to spend money, I'm having to do this, I'm having to do that, but it's like the things that like I just don't care. Like I don't have PSN anymore. I don't have Xbox Live anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
yeah.
have Amazon Prime anymore. I do have Apple because it comes, and like
That
Christina.
bundle, like, it's a pretty good deal,
Well,
man.
yeah, but
So
like
it's
Christina and I started watching a show today because I just finished watching Plurbius. It was like this
yeah.
critically acclaimed show or whatever. I just finished that. Obviously, Severance is on there. Slow Horses is great. So like, it's like I pay for this subscription service, so I might as well start watching a bunch of shit on it. But it's like
They don't have anything, man. I'm sorry, but it's like
they have all sorts of shit.
they
Is the
do,
thing,
but it's just
but
like
no one knows about it. I mean,
Severance
Ted Lasso's
is
on there. Dude, Slow
yeah.
Horses fucking rules, bro. It's awesome. It's
Oh man.
so good. If you like espionage and spy thriller stuff, it's so good.
I don't
It's so good. It's
know.
fine that you don't like it, but
Yeah.
there's the Jason Momoa show that's called C.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's like For All Mankind. There's like there's all sorts. There's like that's the thing is like Apple's done a terrible job of like promoting all this stuff that they have, but
Mhm.
like it's this is sort of an adjacent point. Obviously, like the day that we recorded this, Sony announced that by 2028, January 2028, no, they will no longer sell physical games anymore. And Xbox has kind of already done that. I mean, Nintendo Nintendo does that. They'll sell you a box that has a digital cartridge in it, which is I understand why they do that. They're trying to feed two beasts where like you like to have a thing on your shelf that shows that you own this game, but like it's still a digital game and it's not any cheaper.
Yeah,
You're
because
still
I think there's not a game that you can buy nowadays that even if it's like a physical disc, you pop it into the PS5 or the Xbox, what does it do? Go straight to downloading the content. You know, it's
yeah,
not
but
there's nothing
yeah,
installed on the like I would be shocked if the disc was nothing more than just like a QR version, a QR code version of like a CD, and like all it does is goes to the website for you automatically and starts downloading the shit. Like,
my here's my take on it. Okay, we've had a couple of hours. Obviously, like I hate all these companies.
mhm.
Like they're all corporations and they all just keep doing this self-sabotage thing where they just keep trying to one up their competition to see who's worse. And then like, and
Yeah,
it's like, Steam just sits over here collecting their fucking 20% or 30% on every game sale. And they're just sitting here like, we're just not going to do anything. Now, yes, they're jumping into the console market. We'll get to that. But like it, the problem with the all digital future, specifically on consoles, is that there's only one option.
mhm.
Like we all know that Steam rules the PC, but there's still GOG, there's still there's still Epic. Epic like is suing Steam because they're just like it's unfair. Meh.
And it's like
Um,
anytime Steam, I mean, I jump off a small diatribe, but it's like anytime Epic gets involved, it's like such a,
it's because Tim
it's
Sweeney's a fucking loser.
yeah, and it's like it's honestly like that one time the bully in your school has a good point, and you have to like kind of agree with them because it's like yeah, like sure Epic, sure you're still shitty as hell, but like sure I guess
Yeah, but
like
Epic is
them
also
like
pro AI, and
the
they don't.
multi-billion-dollar corporation. So it's
Yeah.
like they like whenever they're going against Apple, it's like, yeah, sure, Apple's tactics are shitty too, but it's like still fuck
So are
you.
you.
Yeah, still
So
fuck
are
you.
you.
Like I still fucking hate you. Shut up. Like I don't give a shit, dude. You're
So
not.
there's
It's
that
like you're
whole
not
thing.
doing it for anybody. Sorry, any goes it.
No, GOG is secretly like it's not enough people use GOG.
I didn't even know
G-
about it until you told me about it a couple of years ago.
yeah,
So
so it's owned and operated by CD Projekt Red, and like they'll spend money ish. Ian can correct me, but like every once in a while they do this like game preservation thing where they'll pick an old game that isn't available, and then they'll put it on their platform and it's DRM free, so you have it forever. And they're like, our promise is even if it gets removed from our store, if you own it, you can download it at any time, anywhere.
they'll fucking do
And
it.
it's
They'll be
really
using
cool.
chat. They'll be using chat.
Yeah, it's really cool. And they do have like older PC games that don't exist anywhere else. It's like, oh man, you remember this cool game? It just doesn't have enough of the market share. It's like a little footnote because Steam is a juggernaut. But like Sony wants to do this, it's whatever. My issue is that you're taking away a choice because it's not about, well, the data says no, it's not. It's not. Like you are literally cutting costs so that you can charge people without any competition, because now your competition comes from a physical copy of from Amazon or Walmart or
Yeah,
Target or
I did.
GameStop.
I did make a hilarious joke. Like, I mean, it was hilarious to myself whenever you were like, "This is the reason that PSN and they want an all digital future," and it was like a discount that you could buy like the physical copy on Amazon for like
Which
a
is
quarter of the price.
$25 for Metal Gear Solid 2 remake.
Yeah, and it was like I was like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, Metal Gear Solid. But the actual point was actually a really good one, is the fact that like, yeah, because it's like if they go all digital, you can't trade your game with your friend. You can't like, hey, you want to borrow this game I just got? Like Saros, you let me borrow it, and I didn't play it, but like you let me borrow it. Like that doesn't happen anymore. You don't get to do that anymore. And I'm sure it'll be one of those things that hearing about it, a month or two at the people bitching about it and whatnot, and people start realizing like, oh, this is actually a shitty thing. That they're gonna come out with this little program where it's like, hey, you sign up for PSN, dude. That game that you have out there, you can loan it to your friend, right? You can loan it to your friend.
I mean, I think one of the things that Sony needs to do is implement the game share that Steam has, where you can quite literally share your library with someone else.
You can do it with Nintendo as well, but it's like I don't know if they have to be
But
in your
it's restricted.
family. I don't know if it has
It's
to be in your family
restricted.
plan. They only get it for a certain amount of days, and it's like,
Well, it's restricted because you have to, like, if you have an account, you have to buy everything on your account. But
Mhm.
if Shelby buys something on her account,
Oh, we
you
know.
can't play it.
Oh, I
You
know.
can't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's also fucking scummy. Like it
Yeah.
needs to be a full blown like but whatever. But like my point is like you can't say that like the consumer chose the all digital future because you forced everyone to do it.
hmm
And it's like, okay, well, like again, like you can go to Target and buy a card, a digital, but you still have to redeem it through PSN. There is literally no other, so like you control 100% of it,
Yeah,
and it's
and
just,
they're not even talking about the fact like
and
the resale market too. Like I know you mentioned that, like, and it's like, god damn, it's like, it really is like
and
such
but it's like look at all the physical games that you've just bought
yeah.
on your PS5, right? Right, the 6 games you bought.
It's
I
yeah,
also like I hate that joke. This idea that the PlayStation
yeah,
5
I
doesn't
know.
have any games. I hate that joke because they have more original games than either Nintendo or Xbox have come out with in the last five
Yeah,
years.
yeah. It's one of those
So,
things though where it's
because
like,
then all Nintendo does is just make remakes of 30-year-old games and port
yeah.
games that you already paid for 25 years ago. And then Xbox
Hey,
just puts their shit on everything.
at
So
least they put like Nintendo 64 on there and like GameCube and stuff. That's pretty cool. So yeah.
again,
I mean, it's
again,
like
games that you already paid for 30 years ago. But like my point
it's like
is,
a
it's like
small share of the games too. So
right, but like all these physical games that I own on PS4, PS5, I have no way to play them on the PS6
yeah, because you don't have
because
like a
there's not a disk drive. Now I know that let's switch over to Microsoft, where like apparently they're working on this way to like basically add to your digital library if you have a physical version of the thing. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but like no one gives a fuck because Microsoft,
and
their whole thing.
that's already something they've been doing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so Microsoft is all pissy and they're shutting down all their game studios that they spent a bunch of money on and tried to consolidate the industry. But because no one fucking likes Microsoft and they made the mistake of I'm saying speaking in absolutes here.
Do it, you know.
But like they conditioned their entire install base to stop buying games because they wanted everybody to do Game Pass. And so they bought all of these companies, and now because none of these companies made any money because nobody bought any games, they're now shutting down all of these companies that they had no business buying to begin with. And only if there was somebody you knew, Jacob, who years ago was very, very, very against Microsoft buying Activision and Microsoft buying Bethesda and Microsoft buying X, Y, and Z. If only there was someone who was very adamant that Game Pass was a terrible, terrible long-term plan, but it was just me. Oh no, he's just a Sony fanboy and he's just jealous. No, what is it you say?
Yeah, you're always
Never
never
wrong, just
wrong,
early.
always early. Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to
So,
make it a catchphrase yet, but yeah, I mean, truly, the longer we go on here, it really does feel like you like never wrong, always early, you know, kind of thing. But it's it's so shitty.
I like often right, always early. It sounds a
Okay,
little
I like
better.
that. Yeah,
Never wrong
that's
is kind of
you
arrogant,
do leave yourself open for some attacks there, you know, because like
but
yeah,
you know, it's just like the whole and like it's my I hate Microsoft. This is all Microsoft's fault. Everything everything no everything that's
yeah,
happening is because they are a billion-dollar company and like other billionaires that don't get their way, they throw a little tantrum and they've tried to nuke the fucking industry to its core because they didn't win.
yeah. I
It,
mean,
that's what it is.
now I will play devil's advocate because I don't feel like PlayStation Network or Nintendo actually get into this scot free either, just because like they're. I mean, I Microsoft started the trend, but like I feel like PlayStation as well as or Sony in general and Nintendo are both culpable as well in the crime of like just
Well, Nintendo's problem is they don't fucking make any games outside of like 3 franchises and they just keep remaking the same fucking games and they keep charging you $65 for the same fucking game. Like
yeah. I
it's
won't forgive Nintendo's shitty practices of like never putting their games on sale. Okay, releasing broken games and never putting them on
oh,
sale.
great point because guess what's going to happen now with PSN?
What
Well,
broken
they're gonna
games?
no, well, there's that, but they're going to never have sales, and it's going to be occasional 20% off, which will be by the time 2028 games are going to be $100 because GTA announced its price, and there's an $80 version,
God
I
damn.
think, and then there's a $100 version, but the $100 version comes with stuff because we're already locking stuff. And again, this is nothing new, but if you buy the cheap version, which by the way, that game is not coming out on a disc ever. It's digital only, and you know it's going to be like 300 gigs, so it's a third of your hard drive. Because I don't know if you know this, there's a storage shortage
Yeah.
and graphics card shortage because everybody keeps siphoning fucking resources into AI, which seemingly nobody wants, but everyone still uses. Which is like we're in this weird confliction. It's like I don't know what we're doing,
I'm
and it.
still I'm still very much so on board and adamant that there is an AI bubble and I don't know if you know this about like bubbles, but like the corporations never once take an L on these bubbles. They spend all this cash and then the person that gets the chopping block gets their head chopped off is the consumer. So
Consumer.
like so I'm just waiting for that to happen, but it's like yeah, and it's one of those things where if you start backing up, you can kind of realize that like truly the cause for everything to start increasing, like while yes, we could blame a certain individual or whatever who's a piece of shit, but it's like ultimately it's like the lack of resources and the funding and everything just being siphoned off to go towards AI. And it's one of those things where it's like they're gonna sit here and they're gonna be like, well, you know, like it just didn't take off because people wouldn't adopt it. And it's like, no, like you were trying to cram it down our throats saying it did all this shit. And it's like, it didn't do any of that. And you bought into this bubble and now we're having to pay the price for it. And so it's just like, honestly, just burn it all down, you know?
Yeah, and before we let Steam get away with this scot free, they
Dude.
they announced the Steam machine. It was never for me to begin with. I never understood the point of the Steam machine because I already built my PC, right?
Yeah.
The convenience factor, I guess, but like it's a pre-built computer,
Yeah.
but it's a console. Okay, cool. And like the I guess the thing is like you can upgrade it,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah. And that
but my
was,
thing
yeah.
is I feel like if you're buying a Steam machine, you don't want to build a PC.
Yeah.
So
And
why
it's
would you? So you're not going to upgrade it. That's
like, it's,
there's a Venn diagram of people who
yeah.
will buy it and tinker with it.
I definitely was a fanboy of the Steam machine because I was like, this is kind of like where I thought or where I think that the like consoles could go from here, right? Because there's not really much in it. It was like the idea of like being able to buy a console that if you wanted to, you could just use it stock right out of the box, right? And that was like that's always been the one thing that computers or that consoles have over PCs is that like you can just use it and it works and all the systems work together or whatever, right? And it's like you don't have to worry about like, oh, did I update all my drivers? Like, is there a driver?
You don't
that I
have to
didn't?
install an operating system.
Don't have to worry about buying a copy of Windows. If
You
oh,
don't
I
have to
want
worry about the compatibility.
yeah. And so like I get that, and then I was like, okay, well, like in my head, the only other obvious place to go was like for consoles to be like, okay, so we've got this PS6 coming out, right? Maybe you're more focused on like FPS because you're playing like the newest shooter and you want high like so you could upgrade the graphics.
You're playing
card.
Hunt Showdown, dude, and you want to be in the jungle.
You want it to look like the developers, like
You want to be in
you
the
know,
swamp.
You want to be physically transported to the
You
bayou.
want to be Shrek.
You want to be
This
Shrek.
is my swamp.
This is my swamp. You want to be bitten by a zombie, okay? And it's like you can upgrade. Oh, maybe you want more storage. Okay, you can pop yourself a new Jeep or no a new storage bit in there, right? And so like for me, that's what the Steam machine was, where it's like this ability to do that. I do think it was cool how they were like, oh, but if you don't want our machine, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. You can install Linux if you want to, which has, I'm sure, the Linux community all on a fucking uproar. Because apparently they're like a huge deal or something like I don't know, but and so like I get it, I get the appeal, but then they like revealed the price tag, and I was like,
wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I maintained for quite a while that it was going to be at least $1,000.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. I think. What is the base model like? Just is it $1,000?
12. I think it's
12. Yeah, and then it's 16.
I don't remember.
No, 15. So it's. Maybe I'll put the price if I get around to it. But like it's like $1,200 for like the base model that doesn't come with anything except for like the 512 gigabyte hard drive. And
Which
then
is not enough.
It's not. It's not, as we just discussed. The fact that games
because 512 you're only going to get 460 usable.
You have to have the operating system, yeah. So. But then you can get the upgraded version for like 1,500, and then if you wanted the controller, you can get it for 1,600 or something around there. And it's like 2 terabytes, which I mean it's better,
but that's like 1.5.
But then people started getting the Steam machine to review it, and then they started posting videos of what it runs like, and then I started to realize my expectations were way too high for what it could do for the compact, and like to my own fault because I'm sure the people were like, it's not going to be good, but and everything's custom. I get it. Ian's already explained to me everything's custom inside of it. I get it, and all this other stuff went into it, and like that's why the price is so high. But it's still
no. The price is high. We know why the price is high.
Yeah, we all do. Yeah,
there's a certain person who made tariffs a fucking thing.
There's all the corporations with like the AI and like the crisis with like stored memory and the GPUs that we just discussed.
I would say, in a different timeline where everything is not complete fucking garbage, it's probably 700, maybe 550 for that base model, maybe 750 for the controller.
Yeah,
2 terabyte, and that's probably about the going rate of like. I mean, the PS6 is going to be $1,200, and like, listen, I love Sony. I prefer Sony.
Okay, yeah, we don't love any corporations right now. They all suck.
I don't love Sony. I prefer Sony when it comes to the 3. I have no interest in.
They're going to have such a lineup for that PS6.
Bro, that's a mortgage payment for me. That's more than a mortgage payment.
It's like a couple months rent. No, it's like
it's
half a month's rent for a lot of people right now.
I could probably upgrade 2 major pieces of my PC. Mm-hmm. And be fine. And I sent out a thing the other day on Blue Sky, and it was just like the stark realization that like I'm gonna die before I ever play all the games on my Steam library. Yeah, and I keep adding to them. By the way, I'm not stopping. I
do think that there's going to be legislation in the future where they have to pass legislation for you to be able to like transfer your Steam library to your children in the inheritance. Like I feel like that's going to have to be a thing at some point, because like when our generation gets to that age, right, that's going to be on top of our mind whenever we're about to die. Be like, who do I hand this over? Who's going to see all my hentai games? Like, do I want my grandkids seeing that? Like, no. Like, obviously, I want to divvy those up to like the orphanages and like give those to charity kind of things. But like the other things, like I want to.
We need to find a way. If we're going to move into this whole digital future, we need to find a way to transfer licenses to other people to where like you can buy a used version of this key. Like this key's been redeemed 3 times and you get it at a discount. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you
Unfortunately.
right. But unfortunately, here's the ultimate goal. Ready?
Yeah.
Again, here's the actual end goal. The end goal is for these companies for you to own nothing.
Mhm.
You don't own the machine because I mean, fucking Bezos already said it already.
Yeah.
They want to build it to where they build your PC for you and you pay for it like Rent-A-Center and you pay for it monthly and you never own it
No. You lease it.
and you lease it and you pay a monthly subscription to have a fucking PC and then you'll pay a monthly subscription on let's just say Steam, where like the games that you already have you own, but like going further, like let's just say GTA, like you're just gonna pay for $5 a month to have access, but you still gotta install it, right? So it's taking up space. You'll net like the end goal is for you to own nothing.
Yeah.
They have found a way to squeeze you of your entertainment dollars.
Yeah. So in that how we get back at that is, first of all, we got to stop pre-ordering games. Everybody, right?
Bro,
Everybody needs to
bro,
stop it. We got to work together on this,
I
gamers. Okay, let's
there are
lock in here.
there are people that pre-order digital only stuff as if it's going to run out.
Yeah, yeah, it's not, guys. Hey, newsflash: that they have literally an infinite amount of copies of that shit, and we just got, okay, first thing first, gamers, we got to lock in here. We got to stop pre-ordering stuff. We got to let these companies know. We got to start making a point, making a message. They're never going to take us seriously if we can't all collectively get behind the fact that like this shit sucks. They're ruining everything about the industry that we love, the things that we love to do. The reason that why it seems so bleak in the world is because now this is just another layer that you're getting fucked by, right? It's like you got so much else fucking you. Now you got a whole other world, and it's like, we got to lock in here, guys. We got to
It's
lock
corporations versus consumers.
Yeah.
That's the battle.
Never be any kind of fanboy, any kind of simp, any kind of beholding to a corporation, because they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a shit about you.
You can have preferences.
Yeah, absolutely. But don't be afraid to be like, I don't like what that guy did. Fuck him. I don't like that corporation anymore. Like, that's fine. Good.
The problem is that it's just like who's the least worst.
None of them. They all suck. They all want to fucking suck you dry for your
I
money.
mean,
okay?
like honest, like I mean, I guess Steam is probably the least worst
Yeah, I mean,
by proxy of everyone else. I mean, Nintendo's okay, I guess. I don't like
somebody
Nintendo, so I have a bias
comment
towards it.
below, send me a text message, email me at yakubspaghetti@gmail.com. Let me know what Steam has done that's bad, and then I'll change my mind. But currently, on my mind, Steam hasn't done anything wrong.
I think their
Like,
big thing is everything that is sold on Steam, they get 30% kickback on everything.
if that is, at least everybody is paying that same 30% rate and nobody's getting nobody's getting a cut or getting shafted more or whatever, I'm fine with that. Everybody knows it's on the same playing field. That's the only thing. Like, don't start giving people preferential treatment, and I'm fine with it, dude. Whatever. Everybody knows the 30% cut. Okay, cool. It's because I think that Steam does give indie developers and people who just want to toss a shitty ass game out because they learn in coding, they learn in it, and they just want to toss a shitty game. I think that gives people the opportunity to do that, and that's awesome.
Like Mecha Chameleon.
Like Mecha, actually, I think it's pronounced Mecha. I mean, from the fucking internet lore behind Mecha Chameleon,
There's no
God
lore.
forbid that I pronounce it Mecha to my family, because I started doing that. And it was like, no, actually, you piece of shit, it's Mecha. They're Chinese apparently, and they say it Mecha,
Well,
and I'm just like,
Mecha would be MECH. So okay.
But anyways, they call it Mecha Chameleon. So whatever the fuck, it's a derpy ass little game, and it's funny. It's fun. You know, people are loving it, and it's like,
you buy all of those.
I do. I'm a sucker for just a stupid ass little game, buddy. I love it so much. There's
You're a stupid ass little boy.
okay, I'm gonna list off a few. I think I'm like really loud. Sorry, everybody, if I'm really loud. But
No, you're
anyways,
fine.
okay, so it's like Berry, Bury, Berry. Fucking, it's a game about digging a fucking hole, put berries in a hole. So much fun, but it had like a bunch of lore, and there's like a huge ARG behind it. So fucking cool. I literally bought a game called A Game About Digging a Hole. Super fucking cool. You get to the bottom of the hole, it's super surprises. Okay, Repo. Fucking great. It's just a great little fun time with your friends.
Repo's a little bit more fleshed out.
It is, and the team just continues to update it. Peak was another one. I love the Peak team in particular, Aggro Crab, because like they basically are just super honest with everybody. Like, hey, Peak was a game we just decided to make for fun, shits and giggles, and like we don't plan on updating it forever. So like this expectation, you think that we're beholden to you to update it forever. It's like, nah, like you can keep playing it if you want to, but we're eventually going to stop making updates, and like we're going to have a final update, and it's like really cool. They're working on different things. Oh man, there's so many others like little derpy little games.
I was trying to bring up because
My
like
Steam
every once
library, like
every once in a while I'll see that you bought a game and then Shelby bought a game. I'm like, what stupid bullshit have they bought now?
Now, I will say I buy a lot of stupid bullshit for Shelby. Horsey Game was another one she fell in love with because of one of her streamers who watched it. Quinn fell in love with that game.
You are saying all the
hilarious.
things that make me like
Horsey Game, dude. Recoin. If you're looking for like a roguelite, just like literally the game that you find at the fucking arcade.
Mega Bonk.
Mega Bonk, so much fun, dude.
Aloft?
Vampire Survivors. It took me for a while to get behind Vampire Survivors. I think you mentioned it like once or twice, but it's like I finally bought it, and then it's just like
Yap.
Hilarious little game. Again, it's just like I love it. Stupid little derpy game. Free, honestly, free shouts out for everybody.
Hold on. See, a lot of these you don't play very long.
I mean, that's fair. Shelby plays most of those because I
Lort,
played Lort for like an hour or two. Yeah,
Prospector.
I didn't boot that one back up, but it was fun. You know, why not?
From the darkness, from the depths.
Slay the Spire. Shelby, that's a big one though. I think Shelby
yeah,
started playing it.
Yeah, that's not a derpy game though.
Yeah.
I played that. That's a card game. Crash Out Crew.
Crash Out Crew is a hilarious little fun game.
Mecha Chameleon. Anyway, so like you're always buying this bullshit. Now listen, I have a bone to pick with you with like Vampire Survivors because I absolutely don't understand how you like that game because it is the fucking most boring thing.
It is the most basic ass game.
God damn, is it boring?
You
just move and you don't actively
That's what Mega Bonk is, dude.
And here we go.
Is the same thing.
People be like, "It's so great," because like I know you.
Yeah.
You are riddled with ADHD.
Yeah.
And the constant need, and I guess it's just all the movement is what triggers your brain and
all the like sparkling little colors.
Because you don't actually fucking do anything but
you do.
move.
There's skill involved. Okay.
There is not.
There's a ton of skill involved. I bet I can get way farther than you can.
Okay. And?
Yeah, exactly. There's skill involved.
It's a fucking walking simulator.
Yes. No. I mean, not really.
Yes.
Because you do have to like. There are.
You do not physically attack. You do not physically attack. You don't have any control of any of it. You just get to pick what new thing that you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And it takes a certain combination of those things to make you super powerful to make sure you don't die within like a few levels.
That's not skill. That's knowledge. That's two different things.
I mean, it's potato in my book.
No, those are two different skills, buddy.
But nonetheless, it does involve skill to know, like, oh, do I want this time around?
Case in point. Hunt Showdown. I'm graded everything in that game except for the one thing that matters most.
Hit the shots.
No.
Oh,
headshots.
Yeah.
Because I hit the shots. I just don't. Yeah. I can tell you where
hit him in like the leg. You hit him in
I
like
hear
arm.
somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, there's somebody over at this compound. Bro, there's somebody to our right. It's like, oh look, you were right. It's like, yeah. And then it's like everything that it is involved with Hunt Showdown, I'm great at. Except I'm not a 6-star bush Wookiee.
Hey man, you know.
Speaking of Hunt Showdown, you know, it'd be really awesome. I just thought about this. I would like to have an experience, like almost VR, but like I want to be in a room that is nothing but like immersive. It would probably make me sick, but like go beyond just my screens,
like wall-to-wall paneling that you can't even like, almost like that one movie where the house was like Smart House, I think is what it's called, where like the room could legitimately just turn into like a forest in it.
Yeah.
Like a total deprivation of senses, like room.
I would be so sick. I'd be so sick.
I think it'd be fucking cool. It'd be scary.
It would be super awesome to experience, but I'd get motion sickness.
I feel like people are screaming at us right now, be like, "That's just fucking VR. That's just what VR is."
I don't want the visor.
No, they have to figure out a way to like make that disappear. Essentially, you need to make a super lightweight.
I don't need the treadmill. I'll still play it the same way I play it. I just want a bigger screen.
Yeah.
And like,
dude, that's like the next. I think that in the future, gaming is going to be like we get into a pod. They put like literally just turns into the Matrix, I guess, in the end. Like, yeah, like, and they like a needle comes in the back of our brain stem and just injects us into the game. That's fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then like people would hack it and then we would get stuck in the game and it'd be like .hex sign all over again, you know?
I don't know if you know this.
I don't.
But it's super fucking hot outside.
Man, I was wondering when we were going to get to this, brother, because there's a heat wave going on. Yeah. It's a bad
Yeah,
one.
we were just talking about Paris 2 weeks ago and how I skipped that heat wave. Well, I
It
caught the
followed you
ass end
home.
of it.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a different one. This is from the other side. This bubble is coming in from the other side of the planet.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I feel like somebody needs to look up if we've had 2 heat waves consistently on 2 different parts of the globe before, or if this is
I'm,
kind of like a new occurrence, you know?
why would there be a new occurrence?
So I
Is
feel
there
like
is
like
your overall storyline that like there is a cause to all of this?
I, f- I
Is
don't know,
that
man. It's
your
kind of like a
lore?
guts like slash vibes based kind of like feeling that I get. Like the climate might be different. It might be changing in some
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Like I don't know. I can't really put my finger on. I don't know if it feels kind of like it might be some environmental changes
Mhm.
that have happened due to
CO2
like
emissions.
yeah, and it's like yeah. I was like look at my O2 emissions meter, you know, it feels kind of off, feel like kind of wonky, you know, like it feels
Mhm.
like it does feel like some kind of vibes based thing going on, and
There were
like
5 earthquakes in 24 hours.
yeah, which feels kind of weird. You know, I'm sure that it's happened before,
I think
right?
something like 2 or 3,000 people died in Venezuela.
Yeah, it's not like a good, you know,
Japan
nobody's
Japan had one. Venezuela had 2. No, California had one.
and really I think what gets down to the heart of it is that like this is actually that Lovecraftian monster like waking from its slumber, I think. And I think pretty soon we might have uh a new overlord. His name is Cthulhu. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but
Yeah.
he is I think surfacing sometime soon. So that's gonna be really neat, I think. But that brings me to my main point. I think that like as a people, I do believe we need an enemy, right?
We have plenty.
No, I mean like I'm talking like the Blue Martian from the Watchmen, right? Everybody was trying to
The Blue
what the
Martian.
bad guy in Watchmen was trying to make the blue.
Ozymandias is the bad guy.
Yeah, he was trying to make the blue guy into the main bad guy, so that way everybody
Are
could
you are you talking about Dr. Manhattan?
that guy, blue guy, blue penis, yeah, him.
That's I of course that's what you take out of Watchmen.
Yeah, he was
Is that there were
naked as
tits?
shit. There was an awesome sex scene, really dope, and the extended cut was super cool. And then there was a big blue penis, and it was like all I could think about, you know.
Of
I'm like,
course.
of course, you know. I think we truly need that more in movies. Is like sex scenes, blue penises. That's the 2 things we need in movies nowadays. But
You want to get Jacob in this his ass in seats? There you go.
give me a blue butt cheeks in the trailer, and I know that there's full frontal at some point. Absolutely, I'm there. So, you know. But I do think that we need like as a humanity, we need a big bad guy, you know? Like a
Okay.
legitimate one.
Okay. Well, this country has one already.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a guy that everybody hates. Okay, that's not making my that's not I'm not making my point any clearer. Like
Because there is a guy.
we need not a Homelander because I feel like that's done too it's too what is that cheesy campy whatever like it's like oh it's kind of the joke of the time whatever we need somebody to fly in and just be the big bad guy that just like murders everybody in place now and then we all have to get together and be like we got to beat that guy up and then he just flies away and like we are always like really scared he's going to come back but then that helps us as a people grow to love one another because we know that we all could be wiped off the face of the planet by this weird guy that just showed up and killed everybody. So, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good.
Anyways, yeah, heat wave that's going on. That's crazy. So, what do you want to talk
What
about now? Like I got a quiz prepared. It's like a whole
yeah.
thing.
What else we got? Well, I mean, they found a dinosaur in Antarctica.
That is crazy. I did hear about this. I don't know much about it, but I did hear about it.
The
So,
first dinosaur bone ever discovered on the continent of Antarctica was confirmed last week, 40 years after it was picked up on the Antarctic Peninsula in 1985 and stored in a museum
dude, that's
drawer
right.
in Cambridge.
They fucking just let that shit sit around and like had it.
It is a tail vertebra from a titanosaur, the largest group that included the largest animals to ever walk the earth.
Now, I played a video game called Ark, who had a titanosaur in it, right? And it was massive, and it had like land on its back and shit like that. Now I don't know if it's that big, but if it is that big, that's crazy. That thing is huge. But I feel like at the same time, I feel like it'd be physically possible, right? For something like the size of a continent to walk around.
Well, I don't
right?
think it was that big.
But even like, because they talk about like brontosaurs and shit, like even though I think that they're fake, something like that. Some like there's something that happened with like the long necks. They were like, actually, those didn't exist or something like that. I don't know, whatever the case.
A fucking giraffe exists.
But yeah, but it's like, I don't know. There was something like a long time ago, like a discourse that I heard. Maybe I overheard parents discussing flat Earth theory. I don't know. Fucking who knows? But like something that tall, that big, even like the brontosaur, which is like a couple skyscrapers tall or whatever, right? Or something like, or is it like just one skyscraper tall? I don't know. But it has to eat a lot, right?
It exceeded 35 meters in length and 60 tons in body mass.
Somebody break that down in feet for me, please. So I don't know what the fuck 35 meters. What is that? Because like I think of a yardstick, and a yardstick apparently isn't a meter. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's 3 yards. Or no, it's like 3 feet is a yard. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck is a meter. What the fuck is a meter? Hey Siri, what's a meter in feet? Okay, of course the bitch is gonna listen to me now. What's a meter in feet? Okay, it's 3.28 feet. Okay, so it's 3.28 feet times 35, right? I guess I could just do it myself. No, never mind, guys. I'm fucking useless ass people out there. Like, I'll do it myself, I guess. 114 feet, which is big, I suppose. I don't know how tall. I don't know, honestly.
That's not that big. That's not that big.
It doesn't feel that big. Like 114 feet long. I feel like if I did, how big is it? How long is a blue whale?
I think the blue whale is the biggest animal on Earth.
80 to 100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, which is
So
3
it's very-
school buses long, is what I've always heard. That'd be pretty big. So
I mean, it's
what,
still
4
it's
or 5 school buses long.
it's still big, but it's not as big as like when something is called a titanosaur.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Again,
it's like a titan.
yeah, it's legitimately like
like
has,
fucking
it has
it's
a
like
fucking
Kronos.
volcano on its back, and it's walking around stomping and shit. And it's just like, I don't think it's that big. I think the dinosaurs. What if we found out that dinosaurs weren't nearly as big as we made them out to be? You know what I mean? Like they were like all like
Dude.
they were like this tall, which is like a little bit taller than I am. Like a T-Rex is like this tall. Carnosaur is like maybe this tall.
There's this. I know the whole thing now is that like T-Rexes didn't exist at the same time as like Brontosaurus did.
Yeah, yeah. We don't know how time works, like human brains. Like time is like, I even I mean, it's shocker, but I struggle with time. It's like in like a couple of days versus like to think about things like 10,000 years ago, and it's still like these things existed like millions of years ago. Like we have no frame of reference.
You have no frame of reference here, Donnie.
I don't. I don't know the rest of that one.
So it's from the Big Lebowski. So you had sent me this article
Mm-hmm.
to bring back around to France because we're still talking about France. You said, "Oh, look, here's this thing you missed while you were in France." So there is this installation on the Pont Neuf Bridge, which is like I think it's like the oldest bridge in Paris. And it overlooks the Seine River. And like when I was there, people were pissed because it was in the fucking way. The bridge was shut down, and people literally had to go like an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes if they're walking to cross the Seine River and to get over that. It was there, and we saw it, and it was an eyesore, bro.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look good on the outside. It's not about the outside though.
So the outside of it, it looks like this, it looks like a ice cave.
Yeah, it's the vibe I got from it. Yeah.
And like the guy that's in charge of the installation, I even went under the bridge where like the bridge that it was there on our like little ferry ride down the river. Like I looked up and like I could see like how it was attached to the bridge and shit. But apparently he's like the French Banksy, I guess is what his like his comparable to
moniker. But I don't know.
My in-laws and my daughter actually went to it to try to see it.
Nice.
And it was closed.
Let's say when were you guys there?
It was there. No.
Yeah, but I mean, like it just opened like June 16th.
It was supposed to open while they were there, while we
okay.
were there, and apparently it's just a cave.
Yeah, that's all I got. Apparently, like it had smells.
It's just a cave, but like people in like the Parisians were not. They hated it. They hated it.
Yeah. So you're basically saying to me that this guy has ruined his career for
I don't think that's the case, but people just didn't like
It
it.
was open
Like
for 12 days apparently. So
yeah, it was open for 12 days and it didn't do shit. And like if you watch the video, it's like again, it's a
it's
cave.
like we closed down the fucking bridge for this, huh? This is
Yeah.
what we're doing
I
with
went to
our.
dude, I went to the catacombs where there were 4 million,
That would
6
be
million bones.
honestly, you bring that up, and it's like this hilarious idea that like, oh, this guy's just never went to the catacombs because like we already have this. Like people just walk through like, what the fuck is this shit? Like we already have this. Go down into the ground, buddy. Like it's like, come
Yeah.
on, what are you doing,
Yeah.
idiot? But yeah,
Is there anything else going on? I think the World Cup's still going on.
World Cup's going on. We're in the knockout round, baby. I think the U.S.
Who is?
actually, everybody, it's in the knockout round now.
I thought the US got beat.
Oh, they played tonight. Did that game end?
I thought they got beat.
Hey,
I thought
Siri,
I thought Canada,
Did the
Mexico,
US
and the
win
US got
World
beat.
Cup?
No, well, the World
Oh,
Cup
we're
finals in
currently
July.
live. We are currently live at the 58th
God.
minute. And we're up 1-0 against somebody. I don't know. Hey Siri, who's the U.S. men's soccer team playing today? Fuck. We're playing
You hear that sound?
Bosnia Herzegovina.
You hear that sound? That's the
Yeah.
sound of everyone falling asleep because soccer is boring.
Dude. Eventually, like this discourse is coming back to get you, okay? I'm talking shit about fucking soccer, man. People aren't gonna like it too much, okay?
I don't give a fuck.
Jim told me I need to watch some of it, and I haven't got around to it
Dude,
yet.
don't
okay?
listen to him.
I mean,
bro, it's so boring.
it's all right. It's cool.
It's so boring, dude. Holy shit. It's like
I don't know. Okay, if you ever forced gunpoint to either watch MLB, watch an MLB game or a soccer game, what are you going to?
oh, dude, MLB, dude. I don't dislike baseball.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, honestly, yeah, I do have to kind of give it to you. Yeah, like baseball.
Baseball in a park is awesome.
It is kind of cool. Yeah. So I bet soccer in a park's pretty cool too. You know? Maybe we got to go to a soccer.
If you're like super into hooliganism and just like pompous
I
people, and
am kind of into hooliganism. Yeah. So
you would be great because you would just follow the crowd and you wouldn't stand on business. So
damn straight.
You would just do whatever you got to do to fit in so you don't get curb stomped on the street.
Hey, this is a pro tip for everybody out there. That's exactly what you have to do to make it by sometimes in life, and that's okay. All right. But yeah,
it's like you can watch a thing for 5 hours and it ends in a tie.
Yeah, that is wild to me. I don't like that. I don't like not having a winner. That is kind of
weird.
weird.
I've never seen a bigger group of like pussies than people that play in soccer. It's like, got my shit.
Okay, now I will say that a
Fucking
lot of
watch
that
hockey
is
and then
played
get that
up
shit
because
every
it's like
turn.
it's kind of like the hockey thing
Oh,
where
you
like
mean because
you embellish
embellishment
a little
on
bit. Yeah, you embellish it a little bit because you want to get them
see
you
this?
want to get them in a penalty, right?
embellish these nuts, dude.
I'm just saying, man. Like yes, they do go over the
loser.
top sometimes, but
It's
there's
loser
strategy to
ass
it, I think.
behavior.
I don't know, man. I'm fine with it.
Dude, I don't like embellishment in any sport. It's
I
not
think-
just soccer. It's not just soccer, but it is the most egregious in soccer.
I think to be fair, like though, that soccer kind of has like a couple of decades on like all the other sports, right? Like it was like one of the
Like there's
first.
this idea that like the argument is like, well, it's the most popular sport in the world. Taylor Swift's the most popular artist in the world. Doesn't mean she's the best.
That's fair. That's a good point. You know,
So
that's a good point.
just because a lot of people like a thing does not make it inherently the de facto best.
Well, I don't want you to say it just so you don't get banned from a bunch of countries. You're not allowed to go there anymore, you know? It's like, then again, I guess.
Do you think that people give a shit what I have to say?
I mean, they might do it out of just principle, you know? Like, just be like, yeah, you're actually not allowed. You're going to go to, like, fly somewhere, and they'd be like, you're actually on the no-fly list to this country. Sorry, buddy. But it said something about, like, you talking shit about soccer and how, like, you're a piece of shit. I don't know. It's not me, you know, so. And then you can't fly, but.
What are you gonna do? Give me a quiz, bud.
All right.
What's it about?
Okay, so I have to take a small break. Okay, there's gonna be a cut here because I gotta get everything set up real quick, and I don't want you to see the answers.
Why didn't you do this beforehand?
Because like I did do it before. I did it on my end. I made sure everything works. I've got it ready to go. I just gotta like push some buttons, so you don't freak out. I'm just letting you know in particular. Okay.
You're gonna show me something?
Yeah, I got you something prepared. Okay.
What if I can't see it?
You can see it. You can see
Is it on the back screen back here?
You'll see it. Don't worry. Hold on 1 second. Let me get everything situated. Okay. All right. Can you see that now? Hold on. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Now I need to do some alt tabbing on my end. I need not break anything. Okay.
I'm not cutting any of this out, by the way.
I'm trying not to break anything, so that way you don't have an unfair advantage. Because I told you last week, I was like, I'm gonna come in something hot, right? I'm gonna work on something, and I put a little bit of effort into it. Okay. Now, are you ready? Now, what is it about? It's kind of like there is.
What is this quiz?
Okay.
I to be fair, I've given you a heads up on it, what all of your
Okay.
quizzes are. So
I did tell you it's going to be, I think, laws. Okay, so what I did here is I split it
Laws,
up.
okay.
I've got like 5. I think I got like 5 law questions, right?
law, like
Law.
bird law.
No, this is going to be like, okay, the question is be very simple, multiple choice on those. Okay, so you got which one is a law is basically the question, right? And it's got multiple choice. Okay,
Law where?
it doesn't matter. It's just is it a law? Now, if you guess, I actually don't guess where it is because I forgot to put in where the law was and why it was made.
Okay.
I forgot.
Okay.
But and then there's going to be 7 other questions that I think are kind of pertinent today and in this time because they are important because it's they're okay, beating around the bush, they're citizenship questions.
Okay.
They're basically questions that you'll have on the citizenship test, and I literally just Googled
Okay.
citizenship questions, so I got 7 of those sprinkled in here. Okay, all right.
Stars and
So
Mars.
you can see,
Stars and Mars.
right? You can see the it's like on the
Yep,
little thing. Can you see
I
my pointer by chance?
Yes, I
Oh
can.
shit! I didn't know that was going to show up, but it was fine. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I don't. Where did I start out? Hold on. Actually, hold on. Is this the first question? Hold on. No, hold on. Okay, I got an alt tab. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. I start off. Okay, so I started off. Hold on, I've got to change everything real quick, okay? Because I feel like I went too far into the thing. Okay, here we go. Let me get all the way back to back. Okay. I'm at the first question now. Okay, here we go. I know what I'm doing here. I used to stream, okay? And I know what I'm doing, okay? Here we go. Can you see it again, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Which law is real? I forgot how I worded these questions. Okay, here we go. We got licking frogs, kicking frogs, eating a frog after a jumping competition that it dies in, or sex with frogs.
Which law is real that you
Which law? Which is so these are one of these is an actual law that is on the books that is still technically enactable today.
Meaning that you can't do the thing.
Yes, which meaning one of these activities on here is illegal. So I guess that's a better way to which
eating a frog after jumping competition.
Now I'm thinking about the question. Okay, I should have said which of these is illegal, which would have been a better way to phrase the question. I feel like so. Which of these is illegal?
C.
Okay,
C.
That's your final answer.
Yes.
Wait, did it give you the answer? Okay, hold on. I got to go back. Oh God, it didn't give you the answer. It didn't do the whole thing. Don't look at that. It didn't do the rest of the animation, but it is C. Yeah, it's C. I'm just gonna imagine there's an animation there that highlighted C. Okay, so you're 1 for 1. Okay.
At least we can't see your panicked face.
I mean, everybody else can because I have my webcam going on my end. So like the video's still there, buddy. I'm still here. I'm not panicking at all. Okay, so you're 1. You got 1 point so far. Okay, here we go. Next question. What is the supreme law of the land?
I'm waiting for the multiple choice.
Oh, it's not these. Oh, sorry. I should have mentioned the only ones that are multiple choice are the which one is illegal questions. These are like you have to give me an answer because it's like the citizenship questions.
Oh, ownership.
Give it a shot real quick.
Me?
Yeah. What is the supreme law of the land? Like, think of America. Where do we get the supreme law of the land from?
I don't know. The Supreme Court.
Okay. I'm going to go and say you're wrong.
Okay.
The Constitution. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So you kind of we got the idea of how it works. Okay. So you're okay. So correct. I'm going to put the correct and incorrect.
You didn't set an over under or anything.
I didn't. But I feel like I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like you can at least get 9.
I'm good. Oh God, no.
Oh yeah, you got this, dude. Don't worry. You got okay.
This is a mess, by the way.
No, this is going. I put a lot of effort in this, and I think it's going just about how I planned it. So, except for the whole. Now, to be fair, I did this in PowerPoint, and then I emailed it to myself on Google, and it's doing Google Slides, and that's why the animation didn't work. And it would look a lot cooler if the animation did work, but it didn't work. So I can't do anything about that. Okay, it's not my fault. Okay, here we go. Again, which of these is illegal? Just imagine that's what that says, okay?
Okay.
Owning explosive golf balls, drinking on a Sunday, disposing of explosive golf balls by burning them in a barrel, or to change all of someone's golf balls with exploding golf balls.
C.
So you find an answer?
Yes.
Okay, imagine that it was A that like highlighted because A was the correct answer. It's like you can't you're not allowed to legally own explosive golf balls. I think it was like in Oklahoma or some shit like that. But
Okay.
so you're 1 for 2 right now. 1 for 3.
Three.
1 for 3. This is going great, by the way. This is going. Thank you for having me. Which body of government makes federal laws?
Like the executive branch, like that sort, like that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take that as an answer,
Uh,
sure.
Okay, sure.
I mean, like that's like you can. It's that you want to go with the executive
Oh,
branch?
okay.
Or
Oh,
you
so
do-
like
yeah.
it's what? It's the
Which
the judicial branch, the executive branch, and the
what's the middle one?
what's that third one?
I have it. It's actually I can't answer that.
Is it the answer?
No, I can't answer that actually.
It's the answer in there. I
Yeah,
should know this. I honestly I should know this. This was basic law 101 in college.
Bird law.
Um
I'll give you a second. It's fine. There's no timer whatsoever, so it's like
no, executive, judicial, and
it's on the tip of your tongue. I can feel it.
judicial. Fuck, I can't remember.
You got this, dude.
Judicial, executive.
Thank you everybody for being here, by the way. And this is going great on my end. Honestly, I put a lot of work into
I
this.
don't. Dude, I cannot remember. Just go.
Okay. It is the legislative branch, aka
That's the one.
Congress. Congress is
Yeah,
the one that
yeah.
does it there. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
You are 1 for 4, and that's okay, man. Hey, you didn't know what to expect here. So honestly, thanks for playing along. Right. Next question. Which law is real, aka which one of these is illegal?
Okay.
Wrestling a bear, owning a bear, making a bearskin rug, or feeding a bear a salmon.
D.
Now I see why you would pick that. Is it your final answer?
I did pick D. Yes.
Okay. All right. It's imagine that it was wrestling a bear. It's A actually. So sorry. Hey man, maybe I did over confidently say that you get 9 of these, but maybe they're a little bit harder than I thought they were. What are the 2 major political parties in the U.S.? This one I know you've got. All right.
Pedophile and rapist.
Okay.
Democrat and Republican.
I think I'll take the first one too as well. Yeah, I'll take that as well. They get bonus points for that one. Okay, so it's 2 for 6 now. Okay, you're doing good. You're doing fine. You're doing okay. All right. Next one. What are the 3 branches of government? Again, this is
Judicial.
Okay, we got that one.
Legislative.
You got that one too.
Executive.
Boom, nailed it, buddy. That's why I couldn't answer it earlier because this was in fact one of the questions.
Okay.
All right, moving right along. We're going good here, man. You're 3 for 7. It's going great. Okay, again, which is these illegal?
Which law is illegal?
We got ghost hunting in a cemetery, fighting in a cemetery, eating in a cemetery, or hunting in a cemetery.
D. It's probably something stupid like C.
You are correct. It is in fact D. So
Okay.
good job there. So I was worried about putting ghost hunting on there. I was like, oh, we'll take ghost hunting. But
I've
anyways.
done 3 of those.
Okay, you don't. I like it better if you don't elaborate. Just say like, yeah, I've done 3 of those. Which one? Who knows? All right, buddy. How many senators
Oh, buddy.
does each state have?
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, sure.
It's wrong. It's 2.
2.
It does feel like it would be more, right? Because you think about like California and like whatever, but
I'm trying to
apparently
think I'm trying to think of all the shitty people that are in charge of our state.
I know that like Marsha Blackburn is one of them.
And Burchett.
Tim fucking idiot ass Burchett, because I hate every time he talks, dude. Fucking hate that guy. Anyways, it's not political. I just hate him.
I thought there was more.
I think it's like
they all run together.
Yeah,
how terrible
really
they're.
do. Anyways, who was the U.S.'s main rival in the Cold War? This one I know you're gonna get because like you know history, dude. You fucking know history, dude.
The Cold War.
The Cold War, yeah.
Oh fuck. It's not Cuba, is it?
That was like a main plot point in the Cold War, but like I don't think that we were actually like had anything with Cuba. So Think about all your granddad, your granddad's dad, every time they were talking about like
It's the Ruskies, Soviet Union, right?
you're absolutely correct, buddy. I would have also taken the USSR, aka Russia, as well as for that answer.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because the Cuban Missile Crisis was like deep in.
yeah, and that the
Yeah.
whole thing was that was like Cuba was like kind of like just they had the missiles there or something. I don't know actually. I don't even know why Cuba was involved, but whatever. I guess you know. Anyways, which is a right?
Hey, you want to know something real quick? A little quick aside here.
Sure. Okay.
You know the War of 1812?
The War of
Like,
1812.
yeah, you know about that?
No. You
You
can't see
know
my
why
face.
you
I realize you can't see my face, so no, I don't know
you know why you don't know about that?
because we didn't teach us about it.
Because okay, so
Was there not a war in 1812 and you're just
no,
fucking
no,
with me? Like,
no.
okay.
No, so there was the Revolutionary War, right, where we beat the
Okay.
British
Mhm.
with the help of the French, because the French
Yeah.
hated
Yes.
the British.
Yes,
Hated
they
them.
did. They hated it more than they hated us, which is saying a lot.
Correct.
So
Correct. And so then like 40, 50 years later, England was like, I bet round two, and they fucking beat our ass.
did they
And then
really?
and then they fucked off. The British won the War of 1812.
That's
But
wild, dude.
but
I'm
we
gonna write that
don't
down. I'm
teach
gonna fucking
we don't
fact
we
check that
don't
shit.
we don't teach it because we lost.
That is kind of wild. That is honestly like the fact that like yeah, that does sound like something we would do, but I'll look it up. But before we do
Who
that,
won the War of 1812?
like what are they? They literally showed up round two, like hey, we're coming for you, and like kicked our
Mhm.
ass and left. That's crazy. Maybe they
Mhm.
never left. Maybe they've been right under our nose the whole time.
It ended in a military stalemate,
AKA we didn't
A-
win.
aka you didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you tell me real quick which is a right of freedom from the First Amendment? Oh, this is a multiple choice one. That's right. Okay, here we go. Is it freedom of wearing white after Labor Day, freedom of practicing karate, freedom of expression, or sex with frogs?
C.
You're correct. Yeah, it's C. Obviously, yes, yes. How many questions did I put on here, dude? You're
You're
seven
not supposed to put more than 12.
for
12 is
11.
the
Okay,
number.
you're 7 for 11, so you're not gonna hit 9, but you could be. You're over. So
What was I was gonna say 7 was my guess.
yeah. So here we go. Last question
Half.
here. Again, which law
Which
is real?
law
AKA
is illegal?
which
Okay.
which is these is illegal? Plowing fields with a Toyota RAV4, plowing fields with an elephant, plowing fields with children from an orphanage, or plowing
that's-
fields with a gaggle of frogs.
No, the orphanage is free labor, so
Mhm,
a
I
lot
like
of
that.
lot of frog.
Well, the frogs
inclusion.
was like I thought it was funny. You know,
I don't think it's D. I don't think it's C. 4 is oddly specific, and I feel like that's one of those where like it could have happened in like, you know, Tom's Landing, Iowa, and
Mhm.
they fucking killed somebody's dog, and then this little town of like 812 people passed this law.
Okay.
But I don't know if you can own an elephant, but it's not about ownership. So, B?
You are correct, sir. And in fact, is B there, which brings you
Okay.
8 for 12, right?
Not bad.
Not bad on a quiz that was a little pop quiz you know nothing about. Yeah, dude. It's
It
pretty
was
solid.
not looking good early.
It wasn't, man. And honestly, I did a good job on this quiz. So, I mean, thank you everybody for playing along at home. I kind of fucking
Well,
crushed it. But
yeah, I guess you did read it. So I was gonna say, if anyone's listening to the audio version,
yeah. No, I did read it. I read all the answers and stuff like it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm yeah. But oh yeah, I guess you know what? I didn't think about the fact that like people who are listening to this can't watch it, obviously. But you can in fact watch it if you go to youtube.com/ I think it's Spag Policy Pod, and we're there. You know, you can see my face panic as none of it worked. That's there. So that's sick.
and and that is why streaming stopped for Spaghetti Town.
No. Streaming stopped because it didn't work. Okay. It was not a me thing. I put in the work. Okay. When we streamed, I put in the work. The computer didn't do the work. Okay. It shit itself and it's its fault. Okay. Not mine. Not mine, but I brought the entertainment, but it said, no, actually, no, you can't bring that. This was too entertaining.
Do you think we will make it 600 and 600? Do you think we'll make it 365 more episodes. What is 365 times
750, right? No, wait,
730.
That's close. 730 episodes.
That would be 12 years of content. Or it'd be 12 years of doing the pod.
For just 2 years of content, man. I don't know if I mean, that's the thing, dude. I already know after 365 episodes, I've repeated myself on a multitude of things.
12, so 6 years from now, we will have high schoolers.
Goddamn.
We will have your child will be driving.
Oh yeah.
Mine won't be yet, but she'll be close. More importantly,
Nobody's too old.
do we even make it?
Like dead? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Don't leave that hanging out there. No, I hope we make it. Yeah.
I meant more so like, does society last another 6 years?
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, no. But maybe we're doing like an underground version of the podcast by then, because it's like, we have to go underground with it.
You'll have the before times and then the before times, because there's pre-COVID,
Maybe
which is the before times, and then COVID's the new before times.
Yeah, dude, maybe that's the play. We do like a season 2 of the podcast because we have to go underground with it. And it's like a whole other world.
Literal mole men.